How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video we're going to be hopping into ranked seasons with two different team builds, all from the Season 2 Team Affinity Diamonds that we just had released in MLB The Show 21. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this is going to be the squad. I'm also going to be debuting this brand new Legend Cy Young version of Brandon Webb. Okay, I think he's going to be somewhat effective. He does have a pretty good pitch mix, but not the highest hits and Ks per 9. With that said, we are also using a much different bullpen. I will try and use Joe Nathan or Heath Bell in this video, depending on how these games of ranked seasons go. But we're using a brand new team for the most part, right? I've tried a couple of these players out in, a handful of games or a couple of at-bats, to be honest. But a lot of these brand new Season 2 Team Affinity Diamonds are extremely valuable. They are extremely good. Here we got Luke Gehrig with a strikeout, check swing. I was really trying to take a hack at that pitch up and inside. I didn't feel like I got the PCI up to where it needed to be, but the opponent ended up taking that pitch anyway. But we're using this Cy Young Brandon Webb card. He does have a pretty good mix, right? He has the cutter, he has 99 break and control on his sinker, which is going to be very effective. He just doesn't throw that hard. He's more of a finesse style pitcher. His secondary pitch is a curveball, and that's not what I'm looking for exactly. I'd rather have a changeup or a slider as that secondary pitch, or the pitch that's circle or B. But that's just my personal preference. With that said, I still think he's pretty good. He has, been pitching well in this game so far throughout the first inning. But here we have an interesting hit. Ronnie Mauricio ripping one down the line. Let's go ahead and take it into slow motion. This is a very late hit, very late swing. But look at the bat. The bat does end up hitting that ball pixel. Ronnie Mauricio has a very glitchy, fast, one-handed swing from the left side. He also has the same type of swing from the right side because he's a switch hitter. But I think that comes into play specifically with different players and their animations and how well they're able to hit low pitches, how well they're able to hit pitches that are just off the plate. But anyway, Dante Bichette, very first at-bat, he's ripping a seeing eye single. I don't know how that wasn't a double play, right? He has Ernie Banks at shortstop. But that is going to give us the lead here. Hank Aaron coming up clutch against the righty. His attributes against right-handed pitchers are just not that great, but at the same time, I wanted to try him out because he does have that third base eligibility. Here we have Jimmy Fox up at the plate, and I was way early on that slider. I was not really looking for that pitch up in the zone like that. I thought he was going to throw me the cutter, and that's the pitch that I was really looking to hit. Here we get the cutter, low and away, and this Willie Mays card is really good. I think this card has a much improved swing in this year's game. I think it's the same kind of swing, but the swing plays a little bit better in MLB The Show 21. When you're out in front of the ball, they get different animations. When you're a little bit late on the ball, they get different animations. I think that right there helps Willie Mays in general, alongside a lot of other players. But here we're going to go ahead and get into another game. We're using a different squad. I wanted to mix it up a little bit. We have Shane McClanahan on the mound, a pitcher that I haven't used yet. He should be pretty effective because he throws 100 miles per hour, and his changeup and curveball both have a lot of break on it. Now, he only has 4 pitches, so that will be the one downside to this card. But here we are facing Roy Oswalt as well, so we're going up against some different players, some different pitchers that I haven't necessarily seen as often. This time, Willie Mays starting us off with a single, curveball low in the zone. I went ahead and put the outer PCI on. We have Isaac Paredes up to bat, and he's going with the perfect line drive contact swing into the gap. I felt like this card was a little bit better than what I was expecting. He has a little bit of a nicer swing than what I thought. I didn't really try this card out too much in Showdown, but here we have Bryce Terang. I did complete this guy's player moment, so his swing is kind of similar to Tony Gwynn in some ways. And that Terang card is kind of like an infielding Tony Gwynn style of player with a little bit less contact but more speed. Here we have Willie Mays up at the plate, turning on the fastball inside. I was sitting on that pitch. 97 just pulls his hands inside the baseball and rips it. Now you have Joe Torre, and I think this card has the potential to be the best catcher in the game. I know I was talking about Jimmy Fox, but Jimmy Fox just does not have the contact against righties like Joe Torre. That 125 contact attribute is really good. Now, I'm not saying Joe Torre is the best catcher in the game, but he has the potential for a lot of people to think he is the best catcher or could be the best catcher for them to use right now. And I just think that's interesting. That's a very good card. we'll go ahead and use a different squad. That last game kind of froze. The opponent hit that home run with Byron Buxton, and then it just froze, and then I believe they turned off their PlayStation. I'm not exactly sure, but we got the lost connection. I don't think the opponent would hit a home run and make it a one-run game and then quit. So anytime I get that, I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe their game crashed, maybe they got frozen as well and just turned off their PlayStation. Because if I freeze, I am going to turn off the game so fast. I would not be waiting for freeze-offs and stuff like that. I would just quit, give them the points regardless of the score, and I have done that this year. But anyway, we're using Tom Glavine on the mound, and this opponent's also using Tom Glavine. This is a Tom Glavine Battle Royale, or at least mano-a-mano matchup. Here we're going just early, or very early, with Mike Trout. Just did not sit back long enough on that changeup. That is a great pitch to hit. That's a great pitch from him. And here we're going with the fastball inside. He is blasting that one with Jimmy Fox. Jimmy Fox destroys left-handed pitchers, and because there are so many good left-handed pitchers that they've recently come out with, it makes him a lot more valuable. And I am considering starting that Jimmy Fox because of that. We're still rocking with Jorge Posada. We're still using a couple different players. I might try and grind out a ball player. We'll try and bring back Pablo Sanchez. But also with that said, we have some brand new content coming out in the game. We have a kitchen sink pack coming out with a bunch of different diamonds. I'm looking to get that 95 overall Justin Verlander. We also have a 94 Pedro Martinez coming in the headliner pack. So I'm looking to pick up some more of these legends, some brand new cards. And I'm just curious to see, what the collection's going to look like for that Mariano Rivera after we get a couple of these choice packs and content today. Okay, the same day that I'm uploading this video. But here we have an opportunity to try to come back in the game. We have to go to a pinch hitter for the pitcher. We're going to Hank Aaron. It's only in the second inning, but this opponent has already put up 4 runs on Tom Glavine. He's not pitching well. Might as well just take him out. Take him out of the game, even though he's one of the best pitchers. I'm going with Edward Cabrera. Edward Cabrera should be able to finish this one off. If not, he's going to take the L. But we are looking to tie the game up at least, right? Try and make it a tie game. Try to give it off to the bullpen. Here we got David Ortiz swinging at the sweeping curve right down the middle. That is going to be a no-doubt home run. I'm really looking to try and get the pitch count up on Tom Glavine. He's been pitching really well in this game specifically. It's 4-2. But I am looking for that fastball. After hitting the home run on the sweeping curve, comes back with the fastball inside. I wasn't on it entirely, really at all, with the PCI. But that is a great swing from Alfonso Soriano. We end up making it a 1-run game. Then Ronnie Mauricio, he's hitting his first no-doubter for the squad. I'm batting a little bit of a lower batting average with that card so far. But I've also been going from Showdown right into ranked seasons. I wouldn't expect to, put up 10 runs or so. It has happened a couple games, but not consistently. But now we're starting to get the bats going. We're really starting to get something going here. 3 home runs in a row. Jorge Posada just does not have enough speed to expand that hit to a double. Anyway, we have Jackie Robinson up, and I was able to move Jorge Posada to second base with a bunt, and that was big because now he's able to score on this, error from Byron Buxton. He completely bobbles it out there in left field. 99 fielder, completely missing it, and we are trying to take advantage right here. We have Mike Trout coming up after Jackie. Byron Buxton's making up for it. He has robbed me of so many home runs. That card is unbelievable. Left field, center field, right field. That card is priceless, honestly, because of the defense that he brings to the table. I have at times taken him out of my lineup to try some other players out, to try different players in different positions, but I always go right back to that Byron Buxton. He just hits so well. He plays really well. He's fast. He can do everything. He's a 5-tool player. He can even bunt if you want him to. But here we're trying to get that lead back, right? We didn't have the lead pretty much this entire game. We were able to score 4 runs in 1 inning. We have a 1-run lead now in the bottom of the 6th. And we ended up losing this game with the blue screen error message, but it's all good. We were able to fight. We were able to use 2 different squads that are full of Team Affinity diamonds. I'm College Lefty, and peace out.